Hi guys, welcome back and thank you for joining me on Fishaholic. This video is about how to attach a Java Fern on Driftwood. There's a lot of different ways of doing it, but please be mindful that the Java Fern will do well when it's not planted in substrate. Bear with me for next few minutes and you will learn how to attach a Java Fern onto any type of structure in your fish tank. I do have some good Java Fern plants which are floating freely in the guppy tank, but what I don't have right now is driftwood. So I went to the aquarium shop, bought a rock which I might use it in future, but the Java Fern from the tank will be attached to these two pieces of driftwood, which cost me under 20 bucks. Before adding these pieces of driftwood to the tank, I decided to boil them, which will sterilize the driftwood, remove all the germs, tannins, and I've already uploaded a separate video on how to prepare driftwood for aquarium use. These are the Java Fern plants from the tank, and the driftwood is still wet but is ready for use. So what I've decided to do is find a couple of big plants and attach it to each driftwood. Then I can use a smaller plant just to sort of fill the gap and cover the whole driftwood with the plants. Both these driftwoods are waterlogged, so I won't have any issue of the driftwood floating in the water. Now there are different ways of attaching Java Fern to driftwood. I've used super glue in the past, and but in this project I will use non-drip gel, and you can also use elastic thread, which becomes invisible when it's submerged in water. I found a spot where I can attach Java Fern. It is very important to expose the rhizome on the plant. The purpose of the root in this case is to absorb nutrients from the aquarium, which will help the plant to grow, and over time it will wrap itself around any structure you attach it to. Since the plant and the driftwood, they are both wet, so I'm using the gel but in a bit more quantities. I'll attach some to the rhizome and put some super glue onto the driftwood too. Otherwise you don't have to use that much. If the plant is wet, the driftwood is dry, all you can do is just use few drops. And after applying the gel, I'll carefully and gently press the rhizome against the driftwood. So I've been holding this for roughly around 40 to 45 seconds. And let's see if it's attached. So if I hold it upside down, yep, it's still holding on. So 40 to 45 seconds is enough time for the glue to do its job. I'll put this driftwood aside for now, but I'll come back to it later on. Since the driftwood is more stable this way, so that's how I'm gonna keep it in the aquarium. And this is the second Java Fern plant, and really long rhizome and very good root system too. Since I've got a hole in that driftwood, so I decided to push the roots through the hole so it's out of the side. and it will provide more stability to the plant too. Now repeat the same process again. I will attach some super glue gel to the driftwood and then gently hold the rhizome of the Java Fern against the driftwood. And I'll do the same test on this one. Hold it upside down and see if it stays on. Yes, it does. And I'll leave it for another 15 seconds for it to dry. A spray bottle is always handy in this case since the plant is out of the water for a while. So spraying water every now and then will keep it hydrated and will keep the leaves fresh. Two big Java Fern plants have already been attached to a driftwood. Now I'll carry on attaching the small plants to driftwood. You can use the same method to attach Java Fern plant to any type of structure in your aquarium. I took the Java Fern plants from the bottom tank and they will be going in this bigger tank where I have the goldfish. In the past I had a really bad experience keeping aquatic plants in the goldfish tank, so hopefully this time it won't be that bad. I know they're a bit curious and goldfish are messy fish. They will go and play around with the plants trying to destroy them, but I've read on internet and I found out Java Fern is one of the plants that can be kept in a goldfish tank, as the goldfish doesn't usually like the taste of this plant. I put one on one end and the other one I'll put on the other end. The tank has really good filtration system, but the only thing it's lacking is some live aquatic plants. I really like this piece of driftwood because it looks like a ship with a sail. Let me know what you guys think about this piece of driftwood. Rest of the small plants can go back in the guppy tank. I hope you have enjoyed watching this video and found it useful. If you're not a current subscriber, then please subscribe to the channel. And if you're already an existing subscriber, then thank you for coming back and watching this video. I'll keep you posted on any updates, and for now, goodbye and thank you for watching.